A friend was asking me a question today and she said, why is it that whenever you go to the mechanic workshop, you see engine oil on the floor? Or whenever you go to the barber shop, you see human hair on the floor. But whenever you go to the banking hall, you don't find cash on the floor. And the simple answer was, money is never free. Oftentimes, most people feel guilty for asking a friend or a family for interest. And sometimes they think they look too greedy. But here's the fact, whenever you lend money without interest, you are actually losing wealth. And that brings us to the next rule of lending. Charge interest when appropriate.
Audio Jungle.
Now let's break it down this way. There are two hidden costs to lending money. The first is inflation and secondly, opportunity cost. During inflation, money loses its purchasing power. Now what it means is that the 1 million naira of today is not the same as the 1 million naira in 2 years' time. So what 1 million naira could afford today is not the same as what it can afford in the next 2 years. What this actually means for you by lending that money without an interest is that when that money is repaid back either in the next 6 months or 1 year or 2 years' time, the value of that 1 million naira will not be the same as it was when you lent it. For opportunity cost, what that also means for you is that you could have invested that money in the stock market or probably could have yielded interest for you if you had kept it in either a fixed deposit account or in even the ordinary savings account. So by lending that money for free, you are indirectly paying for their loan. Interest covers your losses. The next question you might want to ask now is, when do I charge interest? Since I feel guilty or I feel greedy whenever I'm charging interest to someone that is close to you, especially on personal lending or even for a small business deal, here is what you do. If it is true that it's an emergency for hospital bill or for school fees or for something small, either to a friend or sibling or even parents, you can waive it. But if it's a business deal, probably they want to launch a business, they want to flip a house or they want to buy a car, please charge interest. There is nothing wrong with that. You don't need to feel guilty about it, and you also don't need to be sentimental about it. One of the major reasons you also need to consider interest is because they are using your wealth to build theirs. So you cannot afford to lose on the other end. Charge interest when appropriate. To be flexible enough on the other hand, you do not have to charge bank rates. Just charge them what is enough to cover up for the inflation and also to cover up your basic risk. It keeps them accountable and also respects your capital. Here is a quick warning. Also endeavor to check the local laws around, because charging of excessive interest can violate usury laws, thereby making your loan illegal. Keep it fair enough, keep it legal, keep it professional. Don't forget that lending is a financial transaction and not an emotional bargain. See you in the next episode.